weird, creepy, and scary memes for ImDontai. That's me. Oh shit.
Feel like Pharrell in 07 on my shoes, ice cream. Make stars, stomp them out, it's a man down. Baby Milo custom PC getting fanned out. Not from the block, I'm from the H and we don't play around. Catch him at a red light with a Nerf gun, we gon' spray him down.
Oh shit. Holy shiza. Oh shiza. It's 3 a.m. where you are? Damn, bruh! This just sounds crazy.
Hello, caller. Is patient breathing?
39 people dead in the back of a lorry? What is a lorry?
Hello, no, I'm a lorry driver and I just lifted a trailer from the port. I don't think...
That's a truck? A trailer? A car? British car? Like a truck?
So,
big rig.
There's loads of them. There's immigrants in the back, but they're all lying on the ground.
Snitch.
How many approximately?
Oh wait, they're dead.
I don't know. 25?
25 patients not breathing.
Yeah.
What? In 2019, 39 people were found dead in the back of a lorry in Essex, sparking one of Britain's biggest ever murder investigation. Wait, they were murdered? A huge team of detectives and specialists started working on the case.
We were the first 2 cars on scene. The officer in the other car, he opened the back doors of the trailer. Jesus Christ. There was 3 or 4 seconds of just trying to process what you're seeing. It was almost just like silence. No one was saying anything, and no one really knew what to say.
Creepy things caught on Snap.
Well, now I'm intrigued now.
Part 3. Pictured here is Sydney Loof, posting what was her last post saying, "Ready for my date." Sydney had met this chick here, Bailey, on Tinder, and they had gone on 1 date and they were going on a 2nd date. All along, Sydney thought Bailey's name was Audrey. After that date, Sydney went back to Bailey's apartment, and there she found 52-year-old Aubrey Trail, who was Bailey's boyfriend. And there she was unalived by Bailey and Aubrey and then dismembered. Aubrey told police that him and Bailey...
Did he say unalived? Or are you not allowed to say... Oh, it's probably because you can't say that on TikTok. Unalived. Like, what?
wanted to recruit Sydney into their cult.
Dude, like... It's just, you threw this music on in the background. Like, it's just, come on, dude.
And when she found out about it, she freaked out, and that's when they made their choice to attack her. Both Bailey and Aubrey were found guilty of 1st-degree murder.
Creep hacks into girls' rooms.
I remember this. Yeah, we actually, I think we watched this.
Every parent.
I'm your best friend.
Some creep has hacked into the Ring surveillance camera in a little girl's bedroom.
I'm Meryl Montalbano.
He's talking directly to her.
I'm Santa Claus. Don't you want to be my best friend?
Fucking weirdo.
You can mess up your room. You can break your TV. You can do whatever you want.
Then he ratchets up the terror by playing an eerie tune. That's a recording of Tiny Tim performing on the Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In show in 1968.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window.
POV, you live in Chicago, but you need to go to late night grocery shopping. You need to go late night grocery shopping. It's just a train, man. That train seems very close. Oh, somebody's building construction. Pictures with disturbing backstories. Honestly, he should go and see if they need help. Nazi soldiers being forced to watch events from the Holocaust. Oh yes, I saw this. Normal plane ride? The plane would later crash in the mountains and the passengers... What the fuck? And the passengers ate the dead to survive? What the fuck?
Serious, what's the worst thing somebody has ever done to you? Saw my best friend dying in front of me at the age of 14 after a bunch of guys jumped us. He died while in the ambulance from internal bleeding. Still miss him 15 years later. The people who jumped us never got caught and all they got was a shitty phone. On August 24, 2020 in Port Street, Lucy, FL, someone came up behind my brother's truck too fast on I-95, passed him on the shoulder, ran out of shoulder, cut over in front of my brother's truck and clipped it, causing them both to cross 3 lanes of traffic. My brother's truck went off the road and rolled several times. His seatbelt failed and my brother, my hero, was killed. The other driver kept on going.
Damn.
What kind of horrible person does that? There is no way they don't know what they did. There is no way. I'll never recover from this loss. My wife of 15 years started ghosting me about a year ago. Would just stay out for days on end with no contact, then come home and behave like she'd never left.
She's a cheater.
I tried everything to get through to her, to talk, to find out what was wrong, to try fix it. But all I got in return was stonewalling.
That's fucked up.
After 5 months of this torture, I finally asked her to move out. We barely talk now, and I'm just waiting for the 12-month mark so I can file for divorce and be done with this nightmare.
Now that
Disturbing things
Now
caught
that
by
is truly a nightmare. Like, what the fuck? Disturbing things caught by drones.
In this 2015 drone footage, several officials in hazmat suits are on the bank of a river in Poland, performing some unknown functions. Suddenly, 4 of them appear to be lifting something pretty heavy from the ground. As they move towards the paramedics with their mysterious finding, a huge fishtail can be seen poking out from behind, suggesting a monstrous sea creature.
Man, get the fuck out of here,
The
bro.
hazmat people then return to the water's edge before climbing back up the hill and helping push the stretcher away, out of view.
Not only would they make sure that they would hear that first of all, they would hear that shit. Second of all, they would have found out whoever was flying that shit and took care of it, because they wouldn't want that shit leaked. Wait for it.
Get that. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god, Mom! Don't freak out! Don't freak out!
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. Oh.
Get the fuck out of here. YouTubers who became murderers. Ain't no way. I remember this.
Tomorrow is the day of retribution.
This dude that I don't know who the fuck this dude thought he was, bro. He's a fucking loser. That's what he is, though.
The day in which I will have my revenge against humanity. Against all of you.
He killed 6 people. Oh no, like retribution. Oh my god. The world has forever changed. Niggas literally don't even know who you are anymore. People who will be released from prison soon.
Here's some people who will be released from prison soon. Part 1. First up, we got Luis Alfredo Garavito. He is known as Colombia's monster, or boogeyman. He's responsible for kidnapping and killing and raping little children. And it's said that he killed over 200 children. He was sentenced to life in prison. However, Colombia's laws limits imprisonment to only 40 years. And since he helped the police find his victims' bodies, his sentence was reduced to 24 years.
Damn.
He will be released in the year 2023. Next up, we got Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, I already covered her story on my page. But if you don't know, her mother convinced her that she was sick. And she ended up killing her own mom. Gypsy will be released the year 2024. And finally, we got this bitch. I mean Yolanda Saldivar. She's responsible for the murder of the Queen of Tex-Mex, Selena Quintanilla. And she will be released March 30th of 2025.
She's still alive? I thought she died, bruh. Yo, I feel bad for the actor who played her because like they really looked, she really played her part well.
It's just a cigarette and it cannot be that bad.
Honey, don't you love me and you know it makes me sad.
Damn. Dude, these people have passed. What's with the music, you fucking weirdo? Not only that, you edited to match it up at the same time. Like, that's weird, man.
Like you always used to do.
Niggas sitting down, bro. Niggas sitting down at their computer or on their phone drinking their Starbucks making this shit. It's like, yo, I don't know. It's weird, but it's like, you know, I guess it's content. It's just fucking, I don't know how to feel about it, bro. An umbrella? Oh.
Do you know why the
Oh God, he's back again. Why does this exist?
safety seal exists on most medications? The story behind this is a lot darker than you might imagine. So in 1982, 12-year-old Mary Kellerman died at home under mysterious circumstances. That exact same day, 27-year-old Adam Janis died as well. And then his brother, and then his sister-in-law. Over the course of several days, there were 7 people in total who all died under these mysterious circumstances. That is until investigators found the common link: over-the-counter bottles of Tylenol. It was found that an unknown number of these bottles had all been opened within their stores and were laced with cyanide. All
Who is doing this shit though? Like, who is doing this shit? But then again, I'm not surprised, because of that whole era of people actually recording themselves opening things, drinking it, and put it back. And I'm laughing. I was laughing at the chat because every time he's on screen, that's what I was laughing at. I was laughing at the chat.
all medications were pulled from shelves across the entire country. The manufacturer loses hundreds of millions of dollars on this. But the culprit for this was never actually caught, and it's unknown how many bottles across the US were tampered with that potentially could have caused a mass national casualty. Since 1982, safety seals have become a staple on all over-the-counter medications in the US.
Auto Parts. What conspiracy theories are too logical to be ignored? Part.
Yo, I did not just... What the fuck was that, bruh? Okay, was that memes for ImDontai, or was that the guy's TikTok that did that? Because y'all know how they've been doing that in their TikToks? They've been adding ads and intros and outros. No way he did that.
Safety seals have become a staple on all over-the-counter medications in the US.
Auto Parts. What conspiracy theories are too logical to be ignored? Part 12.
The government intentionally fuels the racial divide in America. The more you all keep fighting amongst yourselves and looking at each other as the enemy, the more they get away with effing you all over with little to no consequences.
Hey, man. Hey. Push the message, man. Push the message. Y'all are really getting, like, fooled into just hating another person because of their color. Like, you kind of really stupid.
As Carlin says, now to balance the scale, I'd like to talk about some things that bring us together. Things that point out our similarities instead of our differences, cause that's all you ever hear about in this country, is our differences. That's all the media and the politicians are ever talking about. The things that separate us, things that make us different from one another. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society.
And you fucking idiots are gonna keep falling for it and believing it and doing that shit and shit on somebody because of their color, how they, their accents and all this shit. Cause you're just a weirdo, dude. You're just a dumbass, man. I bet you don't know the real reason why McDonald's what?
I bet you don't know the real reason why McDonald's got rid of Ronald McDonald.
Because it scared the kids.
Ronald McDonald was a huge part of the fast food chain's existence before the 2010s. However, in 2016, a lot of news began to spread regarding sightings of people disguised as scary clowns. The clowns were chasing cars, lurking around neighborhoods.
Do y'all remember this shit, bro? Oh my gosh.
At night, and otherwise just being real creeps. This wasn't simply something that was causing a stir on the internet. Major media outlets were reporting on the terrorizing clowns. It was pretty clear that the creepy clowns were more trouble than McDonald's wanted to deal with, and it was at that point that Ronald McDonald began to slowly disappear.
I don't blame them, like idiots. Unusual deaths in history. Crushed by his own car. Move out the way. Oh my gosh, R.I.P. Paul. Crushed by giant boulder. Wait, what was he doing digging up a boulder? Deep thoughts. Your future self is watching you through memories. Wait, what? Your future self is watching you through memories? You mean just remembering something? Isn't that just like remembering something or something? I mean, I guess I kind of get that one, but it's like, it's a big reach. When you count from 1 to 2, you skip an infinite amount of numbers. Okay. You know, it's the numbers in between it. That's a reach. It's not, I'm not really gonna, I can't really overthink that one. Legos people live in houses made out of their own flesh. Okay, I get that one. I understand it. You know, cool. Horses in movies aren't acting. True, they're just being horses, which is why it sucks when I be seeing them getting knocked over, bro. They be tripping the horses and shit. I be like, yo, that's fucked up, bro. I don't care if they fall on a mat or whatever. They don't know that they're acting. To them, they're just like, yo, why are these people pushing me on mats and shit? Like, what the fuck did I do? If you sweat in a sweater, doesn't that make you the sweater? Most of the sky is actually below your feet. Most of the sky is actually below your feet. Explain that one, chat. I don't... These deep thoughts is kind of ass. Why aren't Apple chargers called apple juice? Okay, that was terrible, dog. That was terrible, man. That makes me want to hop in that cart, bro. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Ione 1A, take this video down, dog. This ain't it, man. This ain't the one, dog. This ain't it, man. This ain't P.
This is the story of the woman who walked in on her own funeral. In 2015, an Australian woman named Noella Recondo was coaxed over the phone by her husband into leaving her hotel room. But when she left, she was met with 2 men who kidnapped her and were hired to kill her.
What
but
the
almost
fuck?
immediately, the 2 men are starting to humanize her. They're asking her questions about her life. They're asking her why her husband put a hit on her. Somehow, she convinces them just to keep the money and to set her free. Meanwhile, days have already...
Oh, because the earth is a circle, so if you're standing on... Or not, it's round, so if you're standing on top of it, like the air on the bottom part... Okay, I get it.
passed, and the husband's told everybody that she died in some tragic accident and he's going to be holding a funeral service. But she had details on that service. So following the funeral, everybody convenes.
Wait, but what for... Wait, was this for, Was this for money?
Meanwhile, days have already passed, and the husband's told everybody that she died in some tragic accident and he's going to be holding a funeral service. But she had details on that service. So following the funeral, everybody convenes over to the reception to continue mourning.
Life insurance?
That is until she walks through the front door. The entire room is stunned, and the husband was in such disbelief, he thought he was hallucinating. Everything comes out. He's arrested, he confesses, and the rare story of her revenge return is one that Australia remembers.
What is the worst
Ain't nobody pull out a camera or nothing, man?
thing you've overheard while pretending to be asleep? My father telling my mother that sometimes he just wanted to blank me. I was 5 years old when I overheard this. Being that my dad was a drinker and full of rage, I believed him and lived my entire childhood believing he was going to blank me. My walls were thin. I could hear almost anything. My parents argued in what they thought was a quiet voice about divorce. Then, my dad says, "You can keep the kid." He annoys the F out of me. The next week they told me and signed the papers. My mom and I were sharing a hotel room on a trip, and unfortunately, only had one bed, so we had to...
So sad. Yeah, people on Reddit, bro. People on Reddit just be saying shit so they can get replies like, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You matter, da-da-da, and da-da-da, and they'd be like, thanks, and all this shit. Like, shut, dude. Okay, man. I'm sorry. Like, some of it may be true, but I feel like this shit is just bullshit. It could be, it's literally anybody just typing.
To share that too. As I was trying to fall asleep, I kept hearing the text tone from my mom's phone going off and her giggling. My parents hate each other, so I knew it wasn't my dad she was texting with. Curious, I opened my eyes just a little bit to see that she was flirting with other men while on a trip with her family, and I was in fact staring at a pic. I couldn't really go back to sleep after that. When I was around 8 years old, I was supposed to be asleep, but I snuck downstairs to get milk or something. I heard talking going on downstairs, so I stood still and listened. My mom was talking to my brother about how much of a problem I was and how she hated me. She always liked my brother more. I just silently crept back upstairs and cried myself to...
How come every time, how come of all the craziest things you could have heard while you were asleep, it's always about how you're not the, like, you're not important thing. It sounds like you just need attention, dog. I'm sorry, bro. It seems like you're fishing for attention.
Sleep. Good times.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Michael Jackson, also known as the King of Pop, was one of the most popular singers, songwriters, and dancers of the 20th century. Made famous by his voice, songs, and the also famous moonwalk, he became an all-time favorite amongst society. On June 25th, 2009, less than 3 weeks before his This Is It show, Michael Jackson died from cardiac arrest in his home after being given various medications by his personal physician, Conrad Murray. However, the video you are seeing now was taken on the same day of Michael Jackson's death, which shows what looks to be the famous pop star being escorted out of a coroner's van into a secluded area. Some might say that this happened before his death, but officials pronounced him dead at 2:26 p.m. Pacific time, and this video was taken at night that same day.
So here we go with all the people that speculate that he's alive on some island, the same way they do with Tupac. Like, yo, just let these people rest, dude. Let these people rest in peace. They're not in fucking Cuba. They just, like, shut up, dude. Just shut up, man.
Story about these two kids named John Venables
damn,
and Robert
dude.
Thompson. It was in 1993 when all this shit went down. So these two boys, bro, they seemed like normal kids throughout their life. You know, they didn't really have any problems at school. They
What is
didn't
this?
cause any issues. Majority of their grades were cool and everything like that. Seemed like normal kids. Then this one day, both of the boys were like, "You trying to go to the mall today? You feel me? Let's cut school." And bro was like, you know, the other kid, he's like, all right, yeah, I'm down. So both of them, they don't go to school this day, go to the mall. So when they get to the mall, they're just like, bruh, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I kind of want to fuck with somebody. You know, I feel like fucking with somebody. So they spot this kid, and they're trying to, like, call him over and shit, because the kid's mom is, like, you know, at a counter or something, like, buying some shit. And they start, you know, calling him, like, hey, you know, come here. And the kid walks out the store. The mom
Wait, so is this something he experienced, or is he just talking about, something?
eventually comes outside, like, hey, you know, what's going on? And then they're just like, oh, go back to your mom. So the kid was just like, all right, goes back to his mom. And the mom didn't really think anything of it. Like, oh, maybe that's his friends, or I don't know, maybe, you know.
Do we really have to do the cut to just see him say,
This kid just wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
So that kid basically just got saved. Let's say 30 minutes later, they keep wandering around the mall, just looking for somebody, like, you know, to fuck with. And both of these kids, by the way, I didn't say, they're both 10 years old. So they're hella young. These are kids, right? They're wandering around the mall, and they eventually see this kid named James Burglar. He's like, you know, standing away from his mom in the store, just the same way as that other kid. So all these moms are basically slipping. The kid was like, you know, just looking at clothes and whatnot, and the kid was 2 years old, hella young. And he's just kind of grabbing clothes, whatever. So they start calling the baby, like, hey, you know, come here. The baby starts going with them, bro. And they take him, and they start walking around the mall with the kid. Just kind of did a few laps with him. And when they're walking around, they're kind of like, hurry up, let's go. Grabbing him hella hard and, like, basically dragging him because they're walking too fast. So then when they pull him, they end up like dropping the kid. So he falls, like, damn near flat on his face. He ends up, like, fucking up his forehead and he starts bleeding and shit. The kids put James's hood on and they're just like, no, like, you know, just stop crying. So all these other witnesses are kind of seeing what's happening. They're like, okay, maybe that's his little brother. We don't
they don't know the whole story,
so
so
yeah, so we're not gonna assume anything. They end up leaving the store, and
I like that rock.
The mom of James, his mom, was just like, oh my god,
like
so
a nightlight,
panicking. She's like, where's my baby? So these
also,
kids,
I fuck with the
taking it
posters.
back to the kids, they're taking them, like, down
I love
the
Rick and
street,
Morty.
and they get to, like, the stoplight, all that shit. And when they get to the stoplight,
and I love the Mandalorian.
This older lady comes through and she sees them, and she's just like, why is the baby crying?
I wonder what that poster is next to it.
The excuse that they use, I think they just said, like, oh, you know, we just, like, found this kid and he was missing, or some shit, or whatever it was. So the old lady's like, you know, make sure you get him home safe. They're like, yeah. So they take the kid and they go to these train tracks, like, they go to this area, and bro, these kids are so fucking evil, bro. They like beat the fuck out of him, bro. Like, they just start punching on him, kicking
Jump him and shit.
Yeah, they start beating the shit out of his 2-year-old and fucking throw rocks at him.
Oh shit.
You feel me? And then they, like, took blue paint and, like, put it in his eye.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah, bro, but they were hitting him with, like, bricks and stones and shit, and then they put batteries into the kid's mouth.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, they were doing all crazy shit, and then after they, like, basically already, like, killed.
Insane coincidences you won't believe actually happened. So there's about a 1 in 13,000 chance of someone being struck by lightning. But Walter Summerford beat the odds by being struck by lightning 3 different times.
What?
But the coincidences don't stop there. Because after he passed away, his gravestone was also struck by lightning.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the next one's even crazier. One day, a 10-year-old girl named Laura Buxton wrote her full name and address on a balloon.
Ain't no way lightning hate him that much. His grave was hit by lightning? That's fucked up.
And sent it into the sky. This balloon floated for 140 miles and ended up in the backyard of another 10-year-old girl, also named Laura Buxton. They had the same brown hair,
Buxton.
both had 3-year-old Labrador retrievers, and they were both wearing a pink sweater with jeans. The two Lauras are actually still friends to this day. This last one is about a nurse named Vilma who went to work one day but seemed to recognize her new coworker. Turns out that man was actually the premature baby that she cared for 28 years ago.
How does she
He was
recognize-
now a doctor at the same hospital that he was born in. Follow for more.
Yo! What a fucking idiot, man. Dude is so dumb, bruh. Wait, Jody, what movie is this? What is this from? Why does this music sound so familiar? Dun, 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 dun. Bro, I know this. I'm not gonna remember. It's been so long. What the fuck?
Welcome, Holmes.
I am Iron Man. You think you're the only superhero in the world?
Did I?
Mr. Stark, you become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet. Who the hell are you? Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh. I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
David as the 04 donated $5. Please do Earth streams earlier. It's 0:58 in the UK.
What the fuck was that? I thought I clicked another video or something, bro. I thought I accidentally clicked another video, man. What the hell, bro? Okay, chat.